Hello, my name is swissbianco. In this video I will talk about the Nippon brand dynamo and solar radio. This is an older item that is made in China. Hopefully back then they had made the items in a bit better quality than most of the times nowadays. I saw that online and I did find it interesting with its features and the approach back then, so I did want to test it out. Such item is not that common around anymore. You find it on eBay sometimes for relative inexpensive money. That's what I did, and the item did not come with a box and information on it, but another eBayer did list it with picture of the boxing of the material that came with it, so I printed that one out, so at least we see a bit more how that would have looked. We see on top the main box, and then on the side we have some information. That we see that the LED indicator lights up when the station is catched. We have a quite good speaking system in there. Quality of the sound is really nice for what it is. We have a 3.5mm earphone jack. That earphones of course doesn't come with it. We have a nylon belt for easy carrying, as they say. That's quite likely the lanyard strap that they did think about that. We have the frequency range 88 to 108 on FM, 525 to 1650 to on AM, and then we have some more information there. The clear sound, that I can agree, really good. The quality is amazing for what it is. For back then, and I don't have much information about the company when that item actually was made. Most important are this information here, and that's why I show them. Maybe you have one of those radios and the box and the information not either as myself, so that can help you. We see where the different switches needs to be located for the different use, and also we have there some information about the DC charging, which is possible as well. So the item, as we look at it in front, we have the different positions here, 1, 2, 3 as mentioned in the manual. We have the speaking system in the middle. We have the wheel for adjustment of the channel on AM and on FM, and it's gonna power the LED as we reach a bit a quality sound. Here is the volume and the turn on and off knob, the selector for FM and AM. This way would be AM, this way is FM. As we look in front of it, on top we have that mentioned strap. Then on top we have the solar part here, and apparently it needs a lot of sunlight to power that up. I did not test it out yet. We had the last couple days pretty hard rain outside, so I could not test it out yet, but that's gonna follow in time soon, pre-or we get the fall and maybe a bit better weather. Then we have the antenna, quite a good long antenna. Of course you need to be careful. The thing is more on the fragile side. It has just a slight bend in here, but nothing absolute serious. Slides in. What this used one has a bit of problem is that the antenna goes all the way out here, so it's not gonna stay too close. That screw here on the back side maybe gonna fix that. We see in the future. I'm gonna I would suggest using a rubber band around this anyhow, so it's not gonna get caught and break off. And for my personal use, I'm gonna make a plastic fitted container, so it slides over it, so the whole thing is completely covered anyhow, together with the manual. Then on the left side of it we have the flashlight. They printed it on. We see it has a Prior LED days bulb in it. On the right side we have the charging handle. This is the folder position. We simply gonna flip that over, and then we have the position that we can charge it. As the manual show, we need to crank that clockwise, so that would go around like this, and at the end you need to have it on top again, and then simply fold the handle in that hole there, so it's locked in place. This part is pretty much plastic, so be careful with that one. And the bottom is flat. We see two ribs that it can stands pretty good on it, so no problem there at all. The top we have the solar, we saw that. Then on the back side, made in China, we have the patent number. We have for the earphone the plug-in, then we have for the DC charging the plug-in too, with some information there. Then in the middle is the battery compartment. We can open that one up, and that is how it came. It had two bulbs in it. This one was in the flashlight that was burned out. I'm not sure if they make similar bulb size now in a LED. That would be nice. I'm gonna check on that, but at least they did provide two spares. The flashlight, of course, is not gonna be too strong and too much in that radio. We have to see that is more for indoors, and worst case, you know, that is no LED, so you have a pretty big reflector, but it's going to be yellowish. It's going to have artifacts all over the place. That is simply outdated, but at least it's a light there, and if you use that, of course, it's going to use a lot of battery too. So at least it's there, but it's a feature. If you have different flashlight, better use something else. Interesting approach is that part here. We can take that off simple, so we have a cover that would go on here, simply to change from a white cover to a red one that is ribbed in the middle there. That is pretty nice, so we can change the color. Back then that was always a problem too. The switch itself is hiding between the front part and the main body. In here we see three positions. We have the off, then in the middle we have a flash, and then we have a light. So I'm gonna quick put the AA batteries in it. I'm not gonna put on the radio because of the YouTube problems with other music and sound and all that, but the quality of the radio is pretty clear. I just want to show the LED feature, I mean the flashlight feature. So we see here is the blinking, that is Prior strobe and SOS mode and all. It simply blinks like that, and then we put it all the way down, third position. That's the flashlight. As we see in my hand, there are a lot of artifacts and spill and all that, so that is really you can use it, but it's not for reading or for do a lot of work. It's just more like a light that you can use for find a keyhole or something, but at least it's there. The problem what I found, to put that back on, we need to remove first that one here and then go so that that part snaps in there, and then we can put the part back on. Yeah, so the weight, it is relatively light, no problem there at all. It's more the size that it has, it's a bit on the bigger side, but we have the flashlight, we have the solar, we have the crank, and the sound is pretty good, so that works too. We have the switch in front to change for the dynamo charging, for the regular charging, and the solar. And yeah, I did want to try that older item out, and for that little money that you pay for something like that, that still works pretty well. Hopefully the made in China quality back then was better than most of what comes from there nowadays, and it should still give a good long time use, and would be still worth it to put that in the survival bag and to put that away, or put it in storage for better times. It doesn't need to be always the latest and the newest, as long as the item works, and that's clear the case in this radio. So that much about the Nippon brand dynamo and solar radio.